Hello, everyone. Ryan Embry here with The Sweet Spot. We are here covering NYU IHIF. With me is Rosanna. Rosanna, thank you so much. We're going to talk all about AHLA and their participation in this incredible event.
Thanks, Ryan. Excited to be here.
Now, months ago, we had Chirag on. He was talking through some legislation that obviously has some big impacts on hoteliers, travelers alike. Give us some updates there.
Sure. Major priority in Washington, D.C. is the tax bill. It moved through the House. We held over 1,000 meetings between January and now. Had 250 of our members come up to the Hill 2 weeks ago to talk to members of Congress and really instill in them the urgency of this tax package getting passed so that our business leaders can have some certainty in their planning. But more importantly, wanted to make sure that some of the provisions that help the small businesses in our industry, which are half, as you know, of the 64,000 hotels, get a tax break. So we lobbied on behalf of the small business deduction, without which our small businesses would have seen a tax hike of 20 to 25%. So that's protected in the bill currently. The like-kind exchange, 100% bonus depreciation for the next 5 years. So now we are trying to work to get it passed through the Senate. The president's hoping to get that signed by the 4th of July.
Yeah, love to hear that. And the advocacy and work that AHLA does on behalf of hoteliers, so important. Obviously those are going to have some implications with the workforce too. AHLA has some representation on some panels here at NYU IHIF talking about hospitality workforce. Where do you think the state, talking to hoteliers and hospitality people, what do you think the state is? We struggled with it over the last couple of years, but where do you think the state is with our workforce right now?
So, the good news is we've made huge strides in coming back after COVID. We were down 600,000 jobs at that time. Now we're only down 200,000. That's a lot of jobs. And so you're seeing that in services and, disruption sometimes, or maybe a restaurant is not open 24 hours anymore. At the same time, we are advocating for H-2B visas and J-1 visas. Huge portion of our industry relies on those, especially as we're entering summer peak season. So we've hit the cap, and we are encouraging lawmakers to release even more visas. We know the president himself uses H-2Bs on his properties, so we know that there is support in the administration for both reform of this program, but also increasing the cap.
Yeah, it's great to see that. And then also, hospitality students, young professionals, internships, the more that we can get these young hospitality professionals in the future of our industry involved certainly will help. You yourself, Rosanna, are on a powerhouse panel tomorrow talking about strategic collaborations within hospitality. Talk to us a little bit about that and some of your panelists.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it. We are really emphasizing on partnerships at AHLA, right? This is a time when if we're not working together, we're not going to accomplish anything. And so for AHLA, it's really important that the industry stay united. Not just our membership, but our partners, AHLA, NABHOOD, the Latino Hotels Association, and so many other partners, U.S. Travel and IFA. We work very closely with them. This is the era of coalition building. We all need to be rowing in the same direction if we're going to achieve big things.
Yeah, absolutely. And you see at these conferences like NYU, a lot of these brand leaders, a lot of hotel owners, obviously major management companies come together to talk about topics that are really bubbling up to the top of our industry, AI being one of them. So the more strategic collaboration that you can have, the more, we can use that to improve our industry. Sustainability, also a big one, obviously. Talk to us a little bit about, sustainability and the impact that it's having right now in its kind of day in the sun, so to speak.
Sure. Well, look, we know that guests want to will travel and stay in a place that's more sustainable. So we recently launched with our Canadian partners, Green Key Global. It's a certification process for our hotels who are already doing so much in the sustainability space. This allows them to have that imprinter that shows the world that they are a sustainable property. And we think that matters.
Yeah, absolutely. We had a Nick from Green Key Global talk about that Green Key Ready program. Definitely check that out if you haven't seen that yet. So we really rely on AHLA to tell us what are the most important issues right now. What is top of mind right now when it comes to what should hoteliers be informed about?
Sure. Well, look, it's a really tough time to own a hotel business today. That's really what we're seeing, this trend of rising operating costs. They're rising twice as fast as revenue. And a lot of that is due to really expensive labor costs. So we're seeing some challenges in certain markets around the country, like Los Angeles, for example, where extreme workforce mandates and extreme wage mandates are really putting pressure on hoteliers. So that is one thing that we're really working on, fighting for on behalf of our members, but also thinking about how policy decisions in Washington might affect travel and tourism, travel demand. So looking at all of those really closely, especially as we're heading into the summer season.
Sure. Yeah. I heard some great news today. The international travel rebounding a little bit. It feeling like there's a little bit more optimism than there was maybe earlier in the year. So really, I'm sure hoteliers welcome that busy summer months. I know you and your team are going to be busy at AHLA advocating for the hotel and hospitality. So thank you for everything you do there, and thank you for joining me here on The Sweet Spot.
Oh, thanks. Thanks for everything you do to inform everybody what's happening, and we really appreciate it. It was great to be here.
Awesome. We'll talk to you next time on The Sweet Spot.